Thanks to the support as a channel member, Licton. I told you in the last episode, I was reluctant to renew Dan Creaney's contract because he was an old man at 29 years old. And now he's broken his hip, which on one hand does make me feel good about calling his status as an old man. On the other hand, we are struggling a little bit without our main striker for the rest of the season. Hello and welcome to part 6 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our big FA Cup game away against Chesterfield in the FA Cup first round. Second round, isn't it? It's the FA Cup second round. I was going to say, I thought we'd already played in the first round. We also play Warrington in the National League North, and it's a National League North that we are still top of. We're 4 points clear of the game in hand. However, as you can see, our form has started to drop a little bit. We've not started losing games yet. We've still only lost one game in the entire season up to this point. But first of all, you saw in the last episode, we lost Shakuna to an injury from him. He's now back. But we also lost Dan Creaney, and he is I don't want to say done. When the injury originally came up, it said he was out for 5 to 10 months with a hip injury. We've sent him to a specialist. We've spent the money. We've got decent money in the bank, but we sent him to a specialist, which brought that down to 5 months. He's now got 3 to 4 months out, but by the time he's back, he's going to be nearly 30. He's out of contract at the end of the season. I feel like we need to replace him. And if we replace him, that means there's going to be no room for him when he returns, which would be unfortunate because we were playing so well with him. But as you can see, our goals have kind of dried up. The one exception is that FA Trophy game, but that was against a team down in the non-playable league. So we are struggling for goals without him. I worry that we might have to replace him, which is not ideal. I mean, we can't afford to yet anyway, because we're still way over our wage budget after renewing the contracts for our 3 star boys in the last episode. But hopefully we're about to make some cash today. As you've already seen, just under £400,000 in the bank. It goes up all the time. I mean, I've never played a non-league save with a bank balance that goes like that. I really hope the board could maybe address this and give me... In fact, shall we ask them? I'm untouchable now, apparently. Can I have some more wage budget, please? It's not even something I can ask for. That is absurd. I need more money. I need to bring in a new striker. But we'll have a look to see what the balance is after the Chesterfield game. We're unlikely to win. Chesterfield are first of the National League, so top of the league above us. They are a good team in good form, and we've got to go there with a not fully fit Shakuna and no strike. Well, we have a striker. It's just not our usual striker. So I think we're probably going to struggle. If we do manage to pull off a result, though, that does have us in the hat for the third round of the FA Cup and the potential riches that would be in store if we can make it there. So this is the team for the Chesterfield game. We've got Mohammed in goal, a back four of Cullinane, Liebird, Idahen, Moyo and Dornelli, Kennedy and Milnes in midfield, Akwe, Shakuna and Finn behind Deacon up front. We do have LOLLUJO on the bench as well, who has made a couple of cameos and looked quite good playing in that pressing forward role. So it is an option if Deacon really doesn't work out as our lone striker, our target man, our Creaney replacement. We could always try and change up the way we play a little bit and bring on LOLLUJO to play in that pressing forward role. But I kind of feel like that's a last resort because we've done so well. And I mean, we've been unbeaten in like 18 games in all competitions. So I don't really want to change the tactic because it's working so well. But at the same time, it was working so well because of the personnel that were in it. And certainly when we had to play without Shakuna or Creaney, we were really, really struggling. Shakuna, I think this is his second game back. He's still not completely match fit again, but hopefully we can start to see him starting to have an influence on games from the shadow striker position again. But I don't know. We shall see. This is also the highest attendance we've played in front of all season, with it being the FA Cup. I think we get a 45% share of that. I think it's 45% each to the two clubs involved and 10% goes to the FA. It's numbers somewhere along those lines. Bottom line, this is going to make us more money than any match has made all season long, even though there's only 7,000 people here and we're probably going to lose. If we were to pull off the win, I think the win itself is worth the best part of 100,000. Never mind the share of the gate receipts. And Cliff Moyo has just heard there's 100 grand on the line and just before half time has scored an absolute screamer from the edge of the area. This is our centre back, boys and girls. This is the advert for maybe not writing off a 30-year-old. When we were talking about Creaney before, Cliff Moyo signed him at 30 years old. He's come in, been an absolute key player for us, our best defender, and now apparently he scores goals as well. So maybe we should hold on for Creaney and stick with him. I don't know what to do now. That's confused me. What has also confused me is seeing how tired these Chesterfield defenders are. Bearing in mind we're the part-time, they're the full-time team, why are they playing players who are really, really struggling for fitness? It seems like a bonkers decision. We'll leave them to it. I mean, I'm not going to complain. It just seems like an unusual thing for them to want to do. But there's another example. 20 minutes ago, Ty Deacon still not playing well in this lone striker role. So we are going to bring on LOLLUJO. In fact, we're going to play him as a pressing forward on support because we still want Shakuna and Akwe running beyond him. So we don't want to play him in that attacking role in there. We're also going to bring on Riley for Milnes. And I mean, if we can hold on to this would be sensational. Boys and girls, if you've been watching my channel for years, you'll remember the bin men cameos we used to have when I was in the garage. I've got my window open. The bin men are here. I don't know if you can hear them. The bin men are back because they thought we were going to have a moment. What they've actually done is led to us conceding from a set piece. So thanks, bin men. You've been off the channel for 5 years. You come back and that happens. Shutting my window for that. It's November. I don't know why my window's open. It's warm having to wear this jacket that you lot all make me wear. Oh, I think that was our chance gone, wasn't it? We are allowed to make more substitutions though. I've got to remember we can do this. It's the FA Cup. Right, Shakuna has done all he can do, still recovering from injury. So Jealous can come on for him. We can bring Brad Gascoigne on to play in midfield. He's done that a few times for us. And we can also take off Dornelli and bring on Curley, just really to keep the fitness as high as possible, because we know Chesterfield are tiring inexplicably. So if they're tiring, let's try and keep ourselves full of energy. It's very much a rotated second string kind of team out there now for us. But if we could grab a last minute winner and get ourselves into the third round of the FA Cup, then they all get they don't get new contracts. Don't make them any kind of promises. We can't afford new contracts. Even if we get Manchester United away in the next round, LOLLUJO is in! Oh my word! Well, I don't want to be too loud because, as mentioned, the window's open and the bin men are out there and they're going to wonder what's going on. But we've just scored a 90th minute winner? Am I brave enough to say winner? It's such poor defending from Chesterfield. LOLLUJO gets in. He might be the solution to us for centre forward for the time being, because he just looks like much more of a threat than Deacon. And now Akwe with the free kick. Can we rubber stamp this? If he can stick this about here, then my heart rate can drop and I can calm down a little bit. Oh my word, he aimed for the right spot, but the keeper does make the save. There's still more than 4 minutes of time added on here. We've got more than enough time to throw this away, but this will be a huge result if we can pull this off. The biggest result of the save so far, if we manage to hold on and get ourselves into the third round of the FA Cup. The money that could become available and the difference that would make to the shape of the next several seasons if we can go and make a big pile of cash now. And just, I was going to say, as I'm dreaming about it, it gets taken away, but Curley, who's on the transfer list because we can't afford to keep him, comes across, makes the interception. They played 98 minutes in that match in the end, but crucially, we have won. We have beaten the team who are top of the division above. That wasn't us beating a team that was struggling, a team that are in poor form. We've beaten the team who are top of the National League. Jazz Singh's going to get to break the appearance record because Mohammed's going to be out for a couple of weeks now. 67,000 in prize money. Our bank balance is up to 560,000 now, with ridiculous projections. More wage budget, please. But more important than any of that, we've now got the draw for the third round of the FA Cup. as I was saying, if we can be away against a big Premier League team, a Man United, a Newcastle, an Arsenal, a Spurs, someone with a big ground, we could make £1 million. And here we go. It is draw time. We want an away game against a Premier League team, preferably a big one. We're not that fussy. Frank Lampard, do Chelsea a favour and we'll go away there. It'll be fine. We'll take that. Right. Oh, God, we don't want this. Can you imagine? Be a disaster. I mean, they're now ruining the whole thought of maybe Liverpool could have been the home team in that game. That's what we don't want. I mean, if we get something like that at home against a team like Manchester United, we don't make any more money than we made against Kidderminster, and it becomes a bit pointless. We want the big away game because then we get the share of the spoils. I mean, even a Fulham, someone who's getting 20, 25,000, that's Norwich, that'll do, because half of their gate receipt is more money than we'll make in gate receipts in a year. We'll take it. We just don't want anyone rubbish. See this, avoid this. Oh, Newcastle gone. A lot of the big teams are going and they're all going in away games. Right, Frank, we've spoken about this. We'll take this one, please. Cambridge got it. I double clicked. I was so excited. Both excited and disgusted that we didn't get that tie. Who else big? I mean, Arsenal are still in there. We're looking for big stadiums. I mean, even like a Sunderland is a big stadium. It doesn't have to be a Premier League team. It just needs to be a big stadium. Well, they're toying with me. How many matches are there in this round? 20 now. We're up to. We'll take this one. This one will make us some money. No, that's two big ones out of the way. Everton will make us money. No, see, Everton and Leeds, both of them would have been good. We don't want Luton, but now Arsenal are gone as well. I tell you what, there's not many good ones left. There's Aston Villa, Man City, West Ham. Tottenham is still in there. There's a few that could make us huge amounts of money. Tottenham have now gone. Right. Now we change who we're hoping for. If we've got to be at home, we want it to be winnable. I'm looking for it. It isn't going to be winnable. The dream of making money is gone. The best we can hope for is someone with a decently sized ground that we might be able to draw against. So we now don't want a Man City or someone of that kind of level because they'll just thump us. We won't make money. We're looking more like a Watford or a West Brom or a Rotherham, where we're not going to make as much money, but there's a chance we could maybe pull off a draw. I mean, Man City would be fun, but we get battered and don't really get any money for it, so it's a bit pointless. Okay. Carlisle, 22nd in League One. It's unlikely we beat them. I mean, there's not really much benefit in holding them to a draw looking for the away game. I mean, there's a chance. It seems unlikely, but we did just beat the team top of the conference, and they're struggling in League One. We've got a chance of the fourth round there. And that, of course, will be tomorrow. Of course, we only do Monday to Friday, non-League to Legend. That'll be Monday's episode. We've got some other stuff coming up over the weekend here on the channel, including the match day vlog from me going to a Tamworth match. But first, let's go play Warrington and try out what's-his-face up front instead of the other guy. So that is the only change we've made from the game against Chesterfield. LOLLUJO is going to start. He came on, he scored the winner. He's done it a couple of times now. He deserves the opportunity to start the match. If we actually do a comparison between him and Deacon, I mean, they're very different kinds of player, but if you actually compare their star rating, which we know is what it's all about, they're both 2.5-star players. There's nothing that screams one of them should start over the other. Deacon's just the big, strong, physical, aerial guy, and LOLLUJO is quick. They're different kinds of player. But we'll try LOLLUJO today. Warrington are 23rd in the league. We're struggling for league form, or struggling for league wins anyway. So we may as well give him the opportunity to go out there and grab a couple of goals and show us that he deserves to have a little bit of a run while we've not really got a first choice striker. Also, Jazz Singh, I think this is him breaking the all-time appearance record for Tamworth. His transfer to Wimbledon that goes through in January is already confirmed. But of course, he's still here because they have transfer windows and whatnot. So this is him breaking the record. So he does get to do it after all the romance. You get to see it happen in a video as well. Hopefully he has a really, really good game, because obviously we would like to get back to winning ways in the league. Blythe and Peterborough Sports both getting a little bit too close for comfort. Southport getting involved as well. The easy run that I thought we were going to have to automatic promotion, the moment Creaney got injured, that stopped being an easy run towards promotion, because it's just a completely different proposition without him. And I'm not entirely sure Shakuna and LOLLUJO are going to work together, because one of the things Shakuna does so well is plays off of the big guy. So it might be that LOLLUJO is a great option to bring on when Shakuna's already gone off as well. I tell you what, if he keeps scoring, it doesn't really matter what Shakuna's doing. He's just going to have to learn to become a normal midfielder rather than a second striker. Because LOLLUJO has scored every time he's appeared for us, I think. And this is his first start, and he's picked up another goal. It's just a tidy finish. He's a good finisher, which is, I guess, exactly what you're looking for in a striker, isn't it? Finn now with a corner, going to be an in-swinger, looking for that far post where Cullinane Liebert is lurking, and that is his 8th goal of the season. He is our left back, but he's also 6'3" and very, very, very useful from these set pieces. And I know there's going to be people asking me about the set pieces, because I have something of a reputation for corner hacks. We're not doing anything special with them. We've literally just got, I mean, I can show you what we're doing. Our attacking set pieces. I haven't adjusted the routines that the game has made at all. I've just asked for 3 different routines. So the routines that we've got, can we not do the thing that shows how often we do them on here? Does that not? Where's the how often we do them thing? Maybe you can't access that in match. But basically, we have this near post in swinger that we do more often. We have a far post in swinger that we do middle amount of often. And then we have a near post out swinger that we do a little amount of often. And I don't know why I can't show you it. There must be a way to access. I don't know where it is. But yeah, that's all we're doing. And I've not tweaked the actual instructions on any of the players or anything. I've just got a little bit of variety there, prioritising in-swingers. And we've got some big boys. I mean, Cullinane Liebert, the reason he's such a threat is because he's 6'3" and very good in the air. It's nothing we're particularly doing uniquely on the set piece instructions, I don't think. It's more the case of he is a big, strong, dominant boy in the air, and teams can't cope with him. Which works for me. If you're in non-league, get yourself a big boy and aim for the near post of an in-swinger. Good old-fashioned football manager things. Some things change, some things stay the same, boys and girls. In-swingers. We all love an in-swinger. It probably also helps that Finn, and I think it's Finn who takes the majority of the set pieces. He's obviously a very good player as well. We've got that great combination of a good attacking midfielder who can hit a nice set piece. Milnes takes the in-swingers with his right foot, actually, thinking of it. The non-league James Ward-Prowse, how could I forget? But we've got 2 players who can deliver a lovely set piece, and then a big, strong boy. And the 2 of them combine beautifully. Right, we are going to bring on Deacon here. Actually, we're going to stick Deacon up front and put LOLLUJO out onto the left-hand side, which we've played him there a few times, and we'll just give Deacon 20 minutes to have Shakuna running off him again. But here's another in-swinger from Finn, looking for the far post again, looking for Cullinane Liebert again, and he can't get there ahead of the goalkeeper this time. But you can see that is a constant threat from that set piece. So if you haven't played around with the set piece creator yet in FM24, I strongly recommend you do, because you don't need to do a load of fiddling with it. It's not something you have to change every match or have some super duper corner routine on. Just literally make sure you got a few different ones trained and have your assistant manager prioritize according to the people who are the biggest aerial threats, and you'll convert chances from it. It's certainly working for us. All that being said, I'll probably do a video on set pieces soon, because, you know, we're doing well with them. Got to get those clicks, haven't I? Talking of clicks, thank you as well for the amazing ongoing support on this series. At the time of recording, which is like an episode before you're seeing, so it might not still be true, but at the time of recording, every single episode in this series so far has made it into YouTube trending for gaming, which is such an unheard of thing in Football Manager. There's like 2 or 3 of us who've ever done it, and it happens a couple of times a year at most. And this has been every episode of the series so far. It's incredible, and it's all thanks to people liking the videos, commenting on the videos. I know it's YouTube cliche stuff, but it helps so much in the algorithm. So thank you to those of you who are doing it. If you could leave a like and a comment on this video as well, it would be incredible, just like that goal from Kyle Finn. And I just really appreciate the incredible support to get Non-Lean to Legend off the ground again. I was a little bit worried after Home not doing so well at the end of FM23 in the algorithm and not picking up a huge amount of views, but you've really shown that you like this kind of thing with your support, and hopefully I'm paying you back in content, and we've got this lovely little synergy going between us. Thank you. But 3-0, lovely stuff from Kyle Finn. And are we going to grab another one? Are we going to demonstrate the set pieces again? Here comes the in swinger to the far post again. Cullinan Liebird collects Arlott John, plays it across to Kennedy, back to Arlott John, who, I mean, I don't really know what he's done there. He's kind of done a little shimmy and almost done a Thierry Henry style finish into that far corner. It's going to be Dornelli this time looking for the in swinger, who I don't think I've ever seen take a corner before, but he hits a half decent one as well. Gascoigne picking it up on the edge of the area. I'm expecting the final whistle sometime soon, but it's actually gone all the way back to Idehen, who, interestingly, is a centre-back, but doesn't go forward for the corners because, again, it's all being done by my assistant manager, who's just prioritising who's best in the air. And we know from when we signed him, Idehen, only 5'10", no reason to send him forward for corners. That's one of the ways the FM24 set-piece creator is better than the one we had on FM23, because it doesn't do it by position, it does it by aerial threat. It's good stuff, as is that run of form. And we're now back to winning ways, and now we look forward to the FA Cup third round and hopefully adding even more money into the kitty, which eventually, at some point, surely the board are going to let me spend some of so I can improve the team. Maybe. But if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.